Hello, everyone. Taylor Johnson here. I wanted to quickly give you a review of the MLS report for the DC metro region and real estate. This is looking at the January home sales and so forth. So we can see here January 2022 median sales price was $499, which was up about 4% over January of last year. And we can see that closed sales are down and pending sales are down, new listings are down, but we'll see in detail. All of this is kind of seasonal. More importantly, I'd like to look here at months of supply. We're now down to less than half a month of supply, which is down 50% from a year ago. That's crazy. We'll see this in detail too. If we look at the home buyer index, we can see that last month in December it was at 69. It's now at 85. So that's a healthy increase, though it is less than it was last year. And so what that means is it's still a good time to be a buyer, even though the market is a little trickier right now because of the low inventory. There are also fewer buyers, so that makes it a little easier for you to get into the market. And we'll look at that in a minute. Look at this here. Although prices increased seasonally, limited inventory levels continued to fuel the rising costs and provided little relief for bargain hunters. Available inventory continued to narrow as the tight supply continued to push buyers to full asking price. Loudoun County reached an all-time high for detached homes. Gains in the median sales price of townhomes was outpaced other home types. The metro area had 0.36 months, just about 10 days of townhomes available for sale. So some of these numbers definitely depend on the type of home you're looking at. But we can see that in the region, the average home price here, or median sales price, is about 4% higher than it was January last year, and 15% higher than January of 2020. I'd like to point out this outlier here. Falls Church City had an appreciation of 133% over January 2020. Now, it's a very, very small, very select community, and there may be only 20, 40 sales a year in there. So one or two sales at a very high price can really affect that average. So that is probably not the best place to go to judge your numbers by. If we look at sales, of course, they're down, and that would make sense because the inventory is down. I mean, that's like, how can you sell homes if they aren't there? However, while fewer homes were up for sale, last year's January volume hit an all-time high for the month, and we are looking at still unprecedented times. And last year was a crazy number year that outpaced everything, and so to compare everything to that is maybe a little unfair. Buyers will face unprecedented challenges in the coming months. Active inventory fell to a decade low. The first time on record the volume fell under 4,000 units at the end of the month. There are still homes out there that we can buy, and I can still help you find one and help you create a strategy where we are successful in buying a home. But you got to be willing to follow my advice, because it is going to continue to be brutal out there. And this is a time when I highly recommend you get a real estate agent to help you, because it's going to be really hard. If we look here at the active inventory, again, if we look at compared to January of last year, we are down 43%, or down 56% from 2 years ago. New listings also down from last year by about 18%. Surprisingly, though, median days on the market has gone up. We can see here Alexandria City is 29, Montgomery County is at 11 days, Prince George's County at 13 days, Washington, D.C. at 37 days. The average for the region is 13 versus 3 a year ago. Well, 13 isn't a lot still, but it's certainly a lot better than 13. We get a little time, breathing time. Here's something that's important to think about is showings. There are fewer home showings than a year ago, and this reflects some seasonally slow demand. Here's a interesting 10-year trend. If we look at detached homes for the last 10 years, the median sales price has gone from 407 to 625. That's a significant increase. If you're a home owner, that's wonderful. If you're a home buyer, it makes it more challenging for sure. If we look at townhomes, they've seen a similar but lower increase. And if we look at condos, we can see that condos have not had that appreciation to the extent. So perhaps a condo is where the bargains are right now. And what we've also seen is that DC has appreciated at a slower rate than the surrounding suburbs. So DC is also still comparatively more affordable. And if we're looking at condos, buy a condo now, in 5 years, that condo's gonna be gonna catch up, hopefully. And then you rent it out and buy a house. Months of supply. Here's the telling story. If we look at 2013, we had 2.3 months of supply. In 2018, we had 1.65 months of supply. And here we are in January 2022, we have half a month of supply. So here's what's driving this. The prices are not jumping up out of a bubble or something. The prices are jumping up because there are so many new buyers and so many even just regular people transitioning buyers, not necessarily new households being formed. And they're competing against each other for a smaller and smaller and smaller piece of the pie. And so there you are. That's it. If you are interested in looking for a home, I'm here. I can help you. I can advise you, and we can win. We even can negotiate seller credit occasionally. If you're a seller, this is a great time to get into the market before interest rates go even higher and make it harder for folks to buy your house. That also would make it harder for you to buy your next house, right? So think about that as interest rates go higher, the number of people who can afford any house at a given price is going to shrink because interest rates make the monthly payment higher and therefore their budget is constrained. So if you're interested in buying or selling, reach out to me, Taylor Johnson. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams Capital Properties. I'd be happy to help you or answer your questions. I'm a resource for you. Have a great day. Thanks so much.